Well, as we progress here, these are the tools of the trade. Here you've got a pair of scissors to cut the cloth. I use a spatula to pull this apart, separate it out if it doesn't want to really move. Of course, your spray can. I've got this one here. It's much better than the ones you can get from local hobby shops. It does work. A jug of water and your plaster. Now this plaster cloth, you can get different kinds. I use what I can get. This one here is from Woodland Scenics. And as you can see, I've laid down this piece here. Save all your cuts. You can always fill in little holes, make a little extra bump, make a rock, whatever. But as you can see now, I have a couple of pieces cut. I lay this down and then I kind of try to fit it in. If I need to move it, trim a little piece. Some of them will fit just fine. Some of them will be overlapping. You can keep it down underneath the previous road bed. And then get it set up and kind of ready to go, pushed in place. This way then when you spray, it'll start to sink in where you need it to. And you just sit there and just kind of spray it all. And spray it around. And then as you're doing this, you can start spreading this. You want to get the top for your road bed fairly smooth. The rest of it can be a little bit sketchy. I suggest after doing this that you can paint on a coat of plaster. They say use 2 layers, but that can get pretty expensive, and a little bit of plaster is really all you're looking for. You don't necessarily need to have a second coat of the cloth. Push this down, get it into the contours. This is going to be in a background area. I don't necessarily need it to be at an angle to make it look like I've got the right angle for ballasting or anything like that. I'm doing it one hand right now, so it takes a little bit more time. Might have to do a little bit extra here and there, but as you can see, it'll fit and stay pretty much where you want it to. If you need to pull it out or want to have a little change, that's where I kind of use this. I pull it out and it'll stay on the angle that I do it, and it's hooking to the base or previous work that you've done. The scalloped edges can be a little bit touchy if you're going and butting up against joints and stuff like that. It's suggested that you trim those out, and that works out real well when you do. But for this here, we don't really need to, because it's going to be down underneath scenery and things like that. I use water, pretty basic. I don't have any soap or anything like that in it for this process here. It doesn't need to be wet water, it needs to be water. And I just keep working my way around. It soaks up the water pretty good. And it gives you some time. It goes fairly quickly. I should be able to do the rest of this in a short period of time, and then I'll start adding on the road bed that I'm going to put on top. I'll put that around the outside for all the quiet and try to drop down that volume. You can see there my little extension cord. That is also a variable rate, so when I stick my hot knife on there, I can do some carving or cutting depending on the temperature that I have it at, without having to worry about going fast, slow, getting my tool out of there. But we'll progress onto this, and I'll show you a little bit more later. Thanks.